Cool.
Well, I don't want to hog all the questions, but I've got a kind of an almost coming from a cynical place. I want to ask you how you vet people. Do you do any vetting at all to make sure that we're not getting like greenwashers on board?
Well, that's something that I've kind of wondered about and wrestled with from the beginning.
Sure.
And actually, the more immediate thing that I've run into is not so much the question of greenwashing so much as it is comparative levels of green. And one thing that I've had to really be careful of is to try to not get in the middle when members are questioning other members and how green are they. I think that it diminishes our ability to be a conduit for sustainability if we are the judges and the jury. And so we've really tried to stay above the fray as far as that goes and not be the police that say this is greenwashing, this is true green.
It's difficult.
That actually makes sense to me because the whole greenwashing thing, it reminds me of the whole hate crimes thing. How do you open up someone's skull and tell if they're committing a crime or a hate crime? Same with, how do you tell if someone's greenwashing or just evolving?
Right.
And maybe they're both the same.
And this is not an entity for the people that are at the finish line. Nobody's at the finish line, first of all. Right.
And when we reach our own finish line, then there's another one we need to set out for.
It's an ever-moving target. And if we
progress.
keep that kind of a positive mindset, it makes it possible to be more inclusive, which brings the mainstream businesses to the table. If we were just for the cutting-edge folks and the early adopters to meet each other, we wouldn't really achieve that economic intent.
No. It's very, very robust, Reed.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We've had similar experiences with TRIA. I've been a part of TRIA for a long time.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we decided, okay, we're going to have to decide who's in and who's out. Some of ours are pretty easy. You can say, well, you're a fossil fuel company. You're not at all renewable. So do you have a definition somewhere where you do say what green is? Or is that...
We actually have a member pledge that I'll read to you.
Okay.
And the member pledge is not real long. It's just, as a member or member company of Texas Green Network, I pledge that my company does business and strives to do business in an eco-friendly manner. I vow that we will work to incorporate environmental stewardship in our decisions and our actions. So that's
good.
That's kind of the pledge that all of our members joining sign. It obviously doesn't have any specifics to it, and a lot of people I think overlook all the different areas where companies can become more sustainable when we get specific.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of rocks that can be upturned, and you can find different places where sustainability, in banking, where I came out of, for example. And it's not just about becoming paperless. Online deposits are a new technology in banking that make it possible to scan and deposit your checks from your desk rather than driving to a drive-through, bank. So every industry has places and we haven't really gotten too much into defining the parameters or the specifics because we want everyone to be working on their business.
Open arms right now. So if I could understand it a little bit more detail, you are not looking at just green companies that provide products. It's also companies that have found ways to be green in the way they do business.
Yeah,
so
and I think ideally in the future it'll be a mix more of companies seeking out ways to become more sustainable along with the companies that can help them do that. Right. Like I said, I think earlier on, the early adopters and the people that are highly motivated to get in on it are the supply side or the providers of the services. But as we grow, I think that'll change more and more.
Cool. Right. Well, thanks for coming in, visiting with us, Reed. Best of luck and congrats.
Thank you so much. Really happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, we've been talking with Reed Sternberg, president of Texas Green Network.
You almost said
Rick.
Rick.
It's hard. Thanks for coming by.
Jenny, are you back next week?
I believe I will be.
All right.
Look forward to it.
That's great. We're going to be talking to folks from the Wildflower Center, the LBJ Wildflower Center.